Hey everyone, it is Tanya. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new here, and happy Burglar Day. I know that sounds really weird, but after 10 years, we finally are getting burglars in The Sims 4, and I'm very excited about it, so I wanted to build an apartment for a burglar. The whole idea here is it's a little bit of a grungier apartment, and it's full of a lot of stolen items. Some are just things that look like they were stolen, other things are items that you might actually have your sim take if they're a kleptomaniac, because they are worth a lot of simoleons and can earn you some good cash if you do swipe those ones. So I really hope you will enjoy this build. If you do and you'd like to download it, it is available right now on the Sims 4 gallery. You can find it under my EA ID, which is Gryphi, Gryphi. You can also find it under the hashtag Gryphi, and that information will be in the description down below as well. I feel like we all have some sort of core memory of the first time we experienced burglars in our Sims game, or at least the funniest time or the most shocking time. There's some horrifying noises that you normally hear in the Sims games that signifies that there is a burglar on your lot, and they've been known to steal some interesting items. Some of my favorites were actually in The Sims 3 that I played in high school. I remember multiple times I'd hear that noise, I'd see there's a burglar on my lot, and they'd always go into my backyard and would steal my trampoline. And it's just so Sims to see a sim walk up to a trampoline with a little bag on their back and the trampoline just disappears. And another item that I feel like they always stole was the toilet. So those are the first things I think of, but obviously I've experienced the burglars in previous Sims games as well, and I'm excited to see what memories I'm gonna have from playing with them in The Sims 4. And the return of burglar alarms. I'm gonna have another little thing to try to remember to include in every build from now on. Not only will I have to have the thermostat and the fire alarm, but we're gonna have to watch out for burglars as well. There is no burglar alarm in this apartment though. I don't have it yet. And I figured we didn't need to accidentally set off the alarm on ourselves. Anyway, you can see these spaces starting to come together. I decided to use this couch from Werewolves because I don't use it very often, and I love how it's sort of patchworked, and it felt on brand with what I was going for in this space. I really wanted a mixture of stolen items, maybe items from dumpsters, a lot of things that might have been acquired over their time, or like plans on where they're going to go next and what they're going to grab. We have just like journals and stuff out, blueprints, there's a stolen ATM machine. I have lots of stolen artwork in here, and I ended up heavily using Eco Lifestyle and Werewolves. I feel like this apartment kind of has an industrial vibe to it. I have the base game industrial kitchen set, and I actually paired it with the backsplash tiles are some pool tiles from the Riviera Retreat kit, and I thought the colors were so fun. They definitely inspired the rest of the apartment with those dark oranges and reds. And I paired it with the floor tile in there, which came in the like throwback event that's going on. I believe that's a tile originally from The Sims 1. I also had this really funny idea that this burglar has like an interest in cops, like one of their turn-ons, or like, because you could have turn-ons or turn-offs in The Sims, is cops. So I have a cop calendar, like a buff cop calendar in the kitchen, and a little bit later I'm going to be putting some photos of some cops as well. Both of those items are from Get to Work, since we do have a detective career there. I just thought that that was a fun little detail, and I also made sure this apartment was a little bit run down. We have lots of like scratches on the walls and exposed brick that's not supposed to be exposed in different areas, and it was just a really fun one to do. I like cluttered spaces like this. It's always a lot of fun for me to try to make a storyline based off of just items I'm placing down. Between the windows over here, I grabbed a bookcase, which I believe is from Discovery University. I like how it's made out of like pipes and just spare pieces of wood and cinder blocks on the bottom. I just thought that that was a bit of fun. And then I was imagining this painting up here with something expensive that was stolen from an art gallery, because while you're trying to take things, you can furnish your space, or you could sell those items, or maybe while you're waiting for them to sell, you have them hanging up. But I also have everything just a little bit crooked on the wall. I used the tool mod to achieve that, just so it looks like not everything is precisely hung up, since this space is supposed to look a little bit messier. That was the idea I was going for. Just grabbing a TV over here. I also have this rack of clothes. It's technically some costumes from Get Famous, but I liked the idea of maybe they stole some wardrobe from someplace, or maybe it's just a variety of clothes that they have listed on, I don't know, is it Plopsy? No, Plopsy is for your career items, like Etsy type things, but basically just like selling clothes. So I guess it would be through Thrifty. But basically stuff they haven't sold yet that they're waiting to sell. I have stored over there. That was the idea. I also have a stolen typewriter, and there's some like swords on the walls. I have this stolen necklace over here. I'm going to be getting some more paintings to lean against the wall. There's just lots of artwork. I feel like that's an easy thing to steal. And of course, the knight statue. I feel like that is the item to steal when you find it in anybody's house. That's what you grab from the goth's house if you go there. I also have some more paintings over here. I have that one of a car from Strangerville. I really like that painting. And some more scuffs and stuff on the walls. And then in our entryway, I just made sure to grab a little closet, and this is where the burglar alarm would go if I had one. Let me know if you got that reference. I kept it pretty simple in there though, just have a place to hang up your coat and put your umbrella, and then we're moving into the hallway. There's this piece of artwork that I try to use in the hallway, and I try to use a couple of different places, and I'm pretty sure it just doesn't end up in this apartment at all in the end, but I really wanted it to. I think it just feels a little bit too intentional, as it's already a pre-established sort of gallery wall, and I couldn't make any of the individual pieces crooked. So that is why it ends up going away. But here I am grabbing a runner rug, and I also wanted to have storage in the hallway for like linens and things. At first I grabbed this one, which I think is from Horse Ranch, but I thought it was a little bit too small and a little bit neater than I wanted it to be. So I ended up getting this one from Eco Lifestyle instead. That's open shelving for like pillows and blankets and all of that. And then just trying to figure out what else to put over here. And I decided aprons were the thing, since they're right around the corner from the kitchen, so you could easily grab that. And then trying again to figure out artwork for this wall. I believe I ended up going with these plates in the end, though. And here are the little portraits I had mentioned, the little cops. I thought that was so fun. And a light switch, and some scuffs, and some pipes. And then we should be moving into the bedroom, where at first I thought I was going to use the bed from Eco Lifestyle, but it felt too new and modern. Even though it is kind of like stitched together and kind of has the right vibe, it just still didn't feel correct. So I don't end up using this one, and I actually end up using the bed that was like the early purchase content for Lovestruck, which I will be grabbing here shortly. And it's the one that's just a mattress with no blanket. Well, it has a blanket, but it doesn't have like a sheet. You can see part of the mattress, and it's just a messy bed. And it was the right red swatch that I'm using all over this apartment. So I was very happy with that. And the artwork that I kept trying to use is now gone. And I have some like blueprints and stuff in here as well, or instead. And I love this peacock. I have a golden peacock in the bedroom, which is interesting. There's also like a ray gun in a case, and grabbing a bedside table here. This one is from Cats and Dogs. I liked that it looked a little bit older and was also pretty spacious, so I could fit a bunch of stuff on it. So I grabbed a old lamp here. We also have an alarm clock, as we do now have alarm clocks in the game. We both got them from the current throwback event, and there's also one from the Comfy Gamer kit, but this one's just the event one. It's a little bit older in style and very simple. I really like it. I'm glad we finally have that. There's also a phone over here and a milk carton, and then I am getting some more artwork to put up above the bed. I got a couple of pieces here, and I'm going to rotate them. And then one really silly item that I'm about to grab is I put like a lifesaver or a life preserver up above the bed. I feel like that's just such a silly thing that you'd be like, I'm at a pool, I'm going to steal that. So I decided that was a fun thing. And then I realized I could put some traffic cones in here. These are in Show Live Edit Objects or Debug from Eco Lifestyle. So I grabbed one and put it in the bedroom, and then I went out in the living room and grabbed another one and realized I forgot there was a floating box in the middle of the room. I don't end up keeping the box. I just deleted it instead of finding a new place for it, but I'm glad I noticed it, because it's easy to forget an item like that. You're like, oh, I'm going to place that somewhere else. It's just like floating in the middle of the room. But in here, I did add a computer desk and a laptop, lots of like papers and stuff around. There's a GameCube, essentially. I'm not sure what it's actually called in game. It was from one of the events as well. But I thought just like a stolen game console. It's nowhere near a TV, but it's just an item that's been taken. I also have like a used coffee cup, a nice camera, some places to take notes, just kind of random items all over this apartment. It was fun trying to come up with the storyline on why certain items would be certain places. But I also felt like it didn't need to make a lot of sense. You could just have stuff thrown around. They have this small apartment, and they're doing a lot of stealing. I also really liked the mirror that I placed in the bedroom. It has a bunch of like frames leaning against it. It's from the Basement Treasures kit, and that one really came in handy for this build, I feel. It has some cool items that feel like they've just been sitting around for a while. Anyway, this is the bathroom using the same tiles that I used in the kitchen, and then the shower tub combo. I thought it was really fun to have this pop of blue on the curtain. I picked it though because the actual structure of the tub is a brown swatch, which felt like it sort of matched the colors I had in here. So that was a fun addition. And then I also got a washer and dryer in this build. And I purposefully picked the ones that have the coin slot because I assumed that this sim stole their washer and dryer from the laundromat. But that is it for this build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more, and click that bell to be notified when I upload. And a massive thank you to my YouTube members for all of your support. If you'd like to become a member yourself, you can click the join button below the video or the link in the description. Enjoy the screenshots, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye, everyone.